Good morning, guys and girls. How are you doing? Let's all together check that everything is working well, that you guys can chat on Zoom and on YouTube as well. So, chat. Okay. Now should be fine. Guys in Zoom, could you tell us please if you can hear us and see us? Same question to people on YouTube. And then it should be fine. Yes, amazing. Absolutely wonderful. Great. Good morning, everyone. It's Thursday live trading room with Lachlan as usual. Lachlan, good morning.
Good morning.
From our
Good morning.
side,
How are
we
you?
just want to tell you that we had a quick discussion already with Lachlan about recent FMC, which was yesterday for me, in the morning for Lachlan. And there is a lot of things going on right now on the market, right, Lachlan? High volatility and uncertainty.
High volatility, massive uncertainty, and lots of different versions of a Middle Eastern agreement being thrown around the internet, which is spooking the market. So yes, lots going on today.
A lot of things, a lot
Lots
of
going on.
interesting information to discover today from Lachlan. Lachlan is a professional in that. So guys, I'm not going to take any more time from you as there is a lot of things to discuss. And I will wish you a wonderful, very disciplined session where you will have, first of all, a lot of discipline and you will follow every rule that you want to follow. All right, guys, enjoy your session and I will come back to you later.
Thank you, Christian. That's brilliant. So guys and girls, let me share my screen for those that are in Zoom. And I apologize, guys. I apologize in advance for my voice. I hope you guys are well. Okay. So what we should have, guys, we should have good sound in Zoom. You guys should have slides in Zoom. You've definitely got slides on YouTube. So I think we are good to rock and roll. So guys, I will apologize again for my voice. Got a little bit of a lurgy going around here at the moment. So even though we live in a tropical island, occasionally these little things bop around. So guys, we're going to get into it because there's a lot going on in the world. Flip side is there's added complexity today because we are in contract rollover mode, as in the market has just bought up to an incredible sell zone, incredible spot to sell. So let's get into it. We'll roll through our slides. I hope everybody is well, and you are all bopping along. So, guys, my name is Lockie. Guys, I'm the lead trader for Samurai out of Singapore. For those on YouTube, hello to all of our YouTubers. I hope you are fantastic. So, guys, today we're going to follow with the mantra we have since 2009, which is trading is not easy, but it is simple, and consistency is the key to success in trading. As per a YouTube video that I put up 2 days ago, guys, if you want to be consistent as a professional trader, you've got to wait for the candle to close before you make a decision on the personality of the candle, particularly as today, I think the markets are going to rocket around. And guys, if you're going to reverse off a pivot, guys, again, I would strongly suggest double failure would be my big tip. That being said, why do we use a live trading room? Guys, use a live trading room because it works in terms of it is an incredible education platform. It offers immediate proof of performance, confidence building. There's nowhere to hide. And ultimately, if you've got a question, you can ask it straight away, which is always good fun. Whereas the live trading rooms run 5 days a week. Guys, we cover the European Open and the US Close, and we have 2 European Open rooms running simultaneously. There's one for the US markets and ultimately one for the FDAX, guys, which is what we are going to be playing with today. Now, guys, because we are futures traders, guys, I've got to go through a number of compliance slides. First and foremost, guys, there'll be people trading CFDs today as well. So just be aware if you're trading a CFD, guys, or futures, there's risk. In fact, there's 2 risks in trading. There's a risk of making money and losing money. because we are trading on margin, guys, that risk is magnified both in a good and a bad way. What does that ultimately mean? We are professional risk controllers, guys, and you'll see many, many examples of that today. Guys, everything we do in the presentation today is for education purposes only. So I'll guide you in and out of the market, guys, as per the 101 signal set, as per the 101 course. Guys, at the end of the day, guys, everything we do as a result is general information only. Past performance cannot be used as an indication of future performance. And we have this wonderful thing called market risk factors. Ultimately, what does that mean? Because we're trading over the internet, as I said, I'll guide you in and out of the market as best as I can. And we will give you really good entries, really good exits as per the 101 education strategy. And all you've got to do is understand why we're doing what we're doing in order to trade consistently. And we've had, this week, excuse me, despite low volatility, we've actually had a relatively good trading week this week, which has been fantastic. So, guys, further, we've covered all of our compliance. So effectively, who am I, guys and girls? 15 years in the Australian regular army, had an absolute ball. It was really, really good fun. Effectively, what occurred is I discovered, guys, when I was leaving the army, that was a very, very big difference between Forex trading and futures trading. I had no idea, guys, that Forex was a broker-centric market, which means the brokers control the market, whereas futures is an exchange-centric market. Very, very different concept. Guys, so I switched to futures on the 1st of August 2007. Guys, I opened at the time, which was Australia's only dedicated futures trading school in the 1st of August 2009. And basically we've built from there. Now, if I go through anything today, and you would like assistance or anything along those lines, the best email address, guys, is info@samurai-daytrading.com. One of the team will be able to pick that up for you. And also, if you're interested in anything that we do, guys, like the upcoming advanced course in Bali in November, guys, either one of those email addresses will be able to hand you over to the appropriate people to get your questions answered. Now, guys, we do a free monthly trader support meeting. It's on the last Thursday of the month. Now, let me just double check, guys. That means we're on next Thursday. Yes, we are. So, guys, next Thursday we'll be doing the Global Hub meeting. We are going to be interviewing a couple of traders next week who are doing very, very well, so we can pull apart what they do and why they do what they do. And guys, that's always good fun because we focus on what works, we ignore what doesn't work, and it's a really, really good AMA format for anybody out there in the world that wants to ask questions. And if you are not a member of Samurai, you are allowed to attend that hub meeting. So once again, reach out to Samurai if you would like to attend the hub meeting. At the moment for the FTAX traders, there is an incredible sell. There's an incredible sell that's running, literally just started running at the moment. So if you trade the pre-market, if you do trade the pre-market on FTAX, you're actually selling off an incredible point at this point in time, like a really, really lovely point. Okay, now, guys, what to expect today? We're going to focus on the 4 things highlighted in red on the left-hand side. They are effectively how we built the strategy in 2009. Basically, it has not changed. Our method is always about let the market do the heavy lifting. So the market's going to tell us when to get in, it's going to tell us when to get out, it's going to tell us what target to use, and it's also going to tell us where to put our risk. And guys, and with some experience, the market is also looking at other charts as they run. With experience, the market will also tell you how long to sit on your trade for. So the market basically does everything for you. Speaking of market, let's jump into the actual charts, which I've prepared for you. That reversal that I'm talking about is this little static bar reversal right here. So that little SBR, absolutely stunning, mathematically stunning signal. Right there is the bottom of a sell zone, like black line. So these guys have cruised up. They basically triggered an absolutely stunning pre-market reversal off multiple areas. So if you are short, because that's what you do, you would be trying to hold short on this one, please. You'd be trying to hold short on this one. Okay. So today, guys, what are we ultimately going to do? Let's break down the FESX first. Now, the danger we have today, is contract rollover. This is a problem, guys. This is a problem for us today. The reason being is that the contracts may roll over right at the start of our session. Right now, if you have not done contract rollover before, all we're going to be doing is comparing the contract or the volume on the current contract, which is 0626, to the volume on the next contract, which is 0926. So at the moment, we've got 50 on the old contract and we've got 31 on the new contract, right? So they're not transitioning yet, but they're certainly getting close. They're certainly getting close to transitioning. Okay. So watch for that. It'll typically, guys, officially the contract rollover is a Thursday. Officially it occurs between 30 and 45 minutes into the session. That will occur for us today. Therefore, we are going to have to carry out that rollover drill. There is no question. But now goes across to the FESX. Again, FOMC, as the FOMC announcement out of the US last night came out as for the US close trading session. So the volatility on the NASDAQ, guys, was around about 450. So 450, which is an enormous volatility. What does it ultimately mean, guys? Today, the S&P 500, as I watch in the background, the S&P 500 looks like the buyers are failing. There is no question. So if the buyers are failing, as then the sellers might come in early. If the sellers come in early, that's actually going to be really, really quite good fun. Now, with all of that said, let's go up to the bigger charts on the FESX. Let's go up to the bigger charts on the FESX. Again, what have we got? As many people, this is on the weekly chart, guys. So we would be waiting for this to close. As many people out there in the world would basically see this tiny little candle up here, guys. It's effectively called a spinning top. Right? If you're into your candlestick analysis, it's a spinning top. I just see the buyers failing to impress anybody, guys, at the highest point the FESX has ever been. So if there's any negative news, guys, at all in Europe, these guys are going to cruise down. They're going to trigger a weekly short, and they're going to run down and close the gap. Right? So the gap they need to close is right there. So mathematically, sometime in the new contract, these guys are going to have to sell down and close that gap. Goes down to the daily chart. The daily chart is set up two absolutely stunning sell signals. Guys, you've got one here that's rated as a -4. You've got one here rated as a -3. Either way, as if we sell down today and we get anywhere near yesterday's low, it's going to trigger a stunning series of sell downs. So we just got to, today, may I suggest, ladies and gents, that we're going to be focused probably at this stage on long range sells. So long range sells and short range buys, right? Just as kind of the momentum of the markets seems to change. Now, as in terms of key levels on the 4-hour chart, these guys have bought early, which means that now, because we're above here, guys, we've got the opportunity for a really, really lovely 4-hour short at 6275. Okay, now we do have to watch the news, guys. It'll be bopping around today. What do we want? We want a line on here at 6275. All right, now, again, we'll draw these lines on as a bit of a recon. As the key point is, when we change contracts, if we change contracts, then all of these lines are going to be in the wrong spot. So it means we will have to come back. We will have to come back and remark. So this stage, 6275. Now, the reason the 4 hour is so important is that's effectively the danger chart. If something's going to go really, really volatile, guys, it's going to trigger on the 4-hour chart. Now, let's go to the double check that's correct. Yeah, that's very important. All right, now, if these guys go any higher, there is a stunning short at 6296. So you see, as you see what's going on, they may be getting ready. They may be getting ready for a really large short. 6296. So I'll put this on the screen for us. Now, if we do all this preparation, guys, and they run the wrong way, which they are very entitled to do, but if they run the wrong way, then we will be able to redo this work. I suppose that's the beauty of 5-minute chart trading. That R1 is very important, and these guys are buying on the 4-hour chart. That means we can get rid of that level altogether. This level can move down here. Okay, that is That is better. Okay, much better. Okay, perfect. So FDAX. Guys, what have we got? Weekly chart, again, very, very different formation to the Eurex. So the Eurex is literally at record highs and they are absolutely flying. So they are literally flying. For the FDAX, they're nowhere near their all-time high. Let's have a look. 4 hour, that's a daily. Yesterday's high, guys, wow, we cannot ignore this. Yesterday's high is a swing trigger, 980. 980. All right. That's just throwing a spanner in the works. So anybody short on that SBR, guys, if you use volatility to find targets, obviously we've gone well beyond that. Now this is going to prove, and it's going to be proved to be really important, because if the buyers push up and fail, to trigger a daily swing trigger, that's actually really, really, really important. That's why we go through this process. 1440. All right, so what's going to happen, guys, at the top? Now, if we go anywhere near here, again, guys, just to draw your attention, 25,000, very, very round number. That is absolutely critically important, because everybody in the world can see a round number. So that is critically important. That's where we go. So literally we go through this process of discovery, getting ready to run the sessions. There's always something that you find. So what does it ultimately mean? Guys, what does it ultimately mean? We are in a very, very key point on the FDAX. Now, if they decide to go higher, based on the fact that the FESX is in effectively a 4 hour swing trigger long. No, no, it was a daily. No, 60. Okay. The FESX is in a 60-minute reversal long. And of course, all of this is going on the old contract. It's the daily. It's the FDAX that is in the trigger. It's the FDAX that is in the swing trigger. All right, so that's fine. So we've got this one. Guys, I'm just going to spell that out for the people that are brand new to what we do. So that is a swing trigger. Now, as you can see the tension, already building in the market. It's actually quite volatile for the pre-market. We know about 25,000, bottom of the 15-minute sell zone. We know about that. That needs to be darker. Okay, that is going to prove, I've chosen the wrong one there. That's going to have to prove to be very, very obvious, which it is. We've got our R1. That's relatively obvious. We do have a gap to close. Guys, gap to close to the downside. Interesting point, guys. Down here is a very, very strong long. We've got down here is actually a 4 hour short. Let me just double check that. Guys, let me just double check that to be the case. %. 826, double checking. $870 is also, $870 is also a short. Oops, hang on. This one. It's very, very interesting to see. Very interesting to see where their bottom is there. So 24870 is a 240 short. Okay, so whatever time-wise, so 349. The most important, guys, the most important thing for us today, most important thing is one, please, if you're drawing on your chart and doing this, please save your workspace. Please save your workspace. And what we might be staring down the barrel of, guys, is contract rollover. So again, the big one today is watching for contract rollover. Watching for contract rollover. 980. 980. Okay. Okay. So hi everybody. What is a swung trigger? Oh. Have you heard of the Sowong River, mate? It's yes. I could pretend that I could actually type, but mate, I appreciate it. That's the swung trigger, mate. That's from the pool of wisdom. Absolutely. So for those that are not aware, we're staying at a resort for our advanced trading course, and they have a beautiful pool, and it's known as the Pool of Wisdom. I believe it was named by guys Young Breezy, who's logged in, and it's a good fun pool, guys. It's a good fun pool. There's no question. All right. So at this stage, guys, we've got 9 minutes. We've got 9 minutes until the gun goes. What we will have to watch is the volume split. Right? So the best way to do that is volume on the current contract, on the current candle is 30. On the new contract, it's 49. They're already switching. Of course they are. Of course they are. Sam, how are you? 51 versus 31. They're switching already. Here's the call. Do we stay on the old contract for the first 30 minutes and then change? Are they trading at different price levels? 959. Completely different price levels. Completely different levels. The only thing we can do, is switch now. I'm just double checking. 36 versus 50. No, they're switching already. So what we're going to do, guys, is I'm going to get rid of. Actually, I'll leave this one here. What I'm going to have to do is I'm going to have to switch contracts. Now it means all of our preparation work is going to be wrong, and that's okay. That's all right. So there is our preparation work. Okay, straight away. Instead of moving stuff around, guys, we're actually better off going to drawing objects. Okay, what we want to do is we want to get rid of everything other than Fibonacci. Okay, everything other than Fibonacci. Actually, we'll leave a couple of lines on, but what we're going to do is we're going to get rid of all of these. All right, so get rid of all of these. Literally just scroll up. Okay, I'm going to remove those. Okay, so we start with a clean chart. I'm going to have to work relatively quickly, guys, on this one. Just double check. Nines have swapped. Nines, everybody's swapped right across the board. Perfect. So, guys, if you are copy trading or using any kind of copy trading software, please make sure you update your copy trader to the new contract. Otherwise, you'll be trying to copy trade into the old contract, and it won't like that very much. So I'm just doing that myself at the moment. Okay, that is done. All right, so let's do some Fibonacci. Guys, we'll start on the weekly. Yeah, so the Fibonacci levels are off. That's okay. All right, so let's update Fibonacci. I will have to work relatively quickly on this one for you guys. So again, all right, let me do this. All right, what we might do at this stage, we're going to flip this one. Okay, let me drop down to the 1440. Okay, that's looking pretty good. Swing trigger point, that daily swing trigger point is even closer. 25156. Okay, 25. $12, 25156. Now, sometimes they switch early, sometimes they switch late. Today they've gone a bit early, which is fine. 25043. 25043. Excuse me. Two four triple 991. All right, how much time have we got? We've got 4 minutes. That's a ton of time. What we are going to have to do is we're going to have to go to the next one. So as what I find with the FESX, or the best way to update your chart is literally left click and just write FESX on it, and it's going to give you, it'll automatically default to the latest contract, which is that one. Done. What we're going to do also, instead of moving all the old drawing tools around, I'm just going to go onto the chart, all of the text and similar things. All right, we can get rid of that. All right, we get rid of these. All right, perfect. So we clean up the charts as we go. Now, because I've switched those, guys, charts around, I can see that one is incorrect. So I'm just going to go and save my workspace. Very important, guys, save your workspace, because if NinjaTrader crashes now, you might actually end up going back and doing all your Fibonacci on the old contract, which is not going to work in your favor. Now, 4-hour chart is typically the most important. That one is going to go to there. I would suggest this one is going to go there. That matches perfectly. 4-hour chart fib. That's the 4-hour chart fib on the new contract. At this stage, because they're buying on the new contract, that means we are going to draw our Fibonacci down. Right, so I'll just get this all in place. 2 minutes, guys, 2 minutes until the gun goes. So I'm glad they declared their cards early. That's a 60-minute fib. Right, there will be a ton of traders in the world that are running that Fibonacci there. Perfect. 240, no key fib on the 240. 1, 2, 3. We have a weak sell at 25030. Okay. So week 60-minute sell. Double check, guys. Let me just double check the daily S&P volume. We have no news to worry about today, which is good, guys. So news is nice. So the volume is 90,000. So volume is 90. So 90K to keep an eye on. We know about the high side. We are in a 15-minute sell zone. 25136. 25136 is here. Okay, so guys, if we do get, we are in a sell zone at this point in time. Absolutely no question about that. So the most important thing as we come into open, we've got 50 or so seconds until we come into open. Now, what I'm going to do, guys, is I'm going to come across to this one. Okay. Now, okay, there's no chart linking here, so I'm going to drop this one back down to the old contract and just double check volume. So volume on the old contract is 105. Volume on the new contract is 139. So it's only just over. So that's okay. We're on the right side of the volume. There's no question. What we have to do is we have to watch for dual market agreement. until we are around about 35 minutes in, 35 to 40 minutes in. That's when they're going to declare their cards. Okay, so again, just one more workspace save. Guys, one more workspace save as we come into open. Now it looks like, guys, we have just gapped over. We've just gapped over the yesterday's high. So we've just literally gapped over it. What does that mean? They've actually activated a daily swing trigger long. As on open, they've actually activated the daily swing trigger on the new contract. Let me double check. Yes, they have. That might as well be a 4-hour Fibonacci. That might as well be a 4-hour Fib. It's because, again, it looks like they're going to be playing a 4-hour game today. All right, bring this back down here. Perfect. So at this stage, guys, we're climactic on the opening candle. At this stage, we've gapped over the pre-top. Guys, we've gapped over the pre-top. Ultimately, what does that mean? Ultimately, what does it mean? I can't send you short, guys, on the wrong side of a pivot. Okay, so lower 15-minute sell zone. So at this stage, guys, for the opening candle traders, we are effectively caught. We can't go short. If you wanted to trade aggressively, guys, again, this would be an aggressive entry, but mathematically, it's a true entry. Right? If we were to pick up a delta V2, right, down around my arrowhead there, that would mean the institutions have decided that we're not going up, we're actually going down. Now, in terms of Fibonacci, we seem to be honoring this 4-hour Fibonacci on the new contract. Yeah, we're honoring it quite well. FDAX loves to sell, guys. FDAX loves to sell below the 61.8, and that happens to coincide with an older 15-minute sell zone. So, now all we've got to do, even though we're on the new contract, so a reminder to everybody, please. Let me put this up the top. Okay, so new contract, please, guys, because we will get people logging in, logging out, logging in. So we'll just make sure that everybody is acutely aware that they don't get on the old contract. Further to that, guys, we are above 25,000. We're a long way above 25,000. So the old contract was under 25,000. The new contract's above 25,000. Okay, I'm just going to go all the way down the bottom here. Guys, this is just a warning order. If we do go down there, guys, so if we end up with a monster sell down, which I am expecting, if we end up with a monster sell down, then we need to be aware, guys, that 25,000 is below us. Guys, I'm just moving some S&P charts in the background. So if you see me looking away, guys, I'm looking at the S&P 500, which is gunning, guys, absolutely gunning to the high side. Gunning to the high side. All right, so at this stage, guys, we've got an R1 just below us. Super important. No opening candle trades, guys, that are super obvious at this stage. The 133 Fibonacci extension for the Fibonacci traders. This one. Okay, so nowhere near the 133. All right. So we are now, guys, waiting for a lead. Now waiting for a lead from the FESX as to what they are likely to do. I'm just double checking, guys, the research we've done already. Super strong, guys. Look at this. Super strong sell setting up, guys, on the FDAX, and the FESX is just shy of the highest price it's ever been. Double checking that is 100% correct. So if they can't break the all-time high, guys, then we're going to pick up wholesale shorts. Ones like really good ones. There's just today's high. So we'll keep a very close eye on it. As that Fibonacci, that green Fibonacci can probably come off shortly. If they break yesterday's high, guys, the Fib will lose its credibility. Selling under this 88.6 though doesn't. If they get back under the pre-top, that's a really lovely spot to sell. All right, now, guys, at this stage for the FDAX traders, the ratios in the market tell us that we need to be short, but we can't be short yet. Okay, we can't be short yet. As if the FESX gets over yesterday's high, right, that is the highest it has ever been. If it gets over that, we have to be very careful going short on FDAX. All right, so I hope I'm making this super clear for everybody. Super clear. And I do apologize, guys. My voice is not 100%. So much to Diane's surprise, it probably means I can't talk as much as I normally do. As much as that's the case. All right, now are these guys using a dominant candle Fibonacci extension? Let's have a quick look. At this stage, guys, I've got a very, very peaceful start to the session. I've actually got no signals that I can give you yet that are textbook perfect. That's the fib they're using. So let's get rid of that one. Now, at this stage, as ratios say we want to be short, but we're not selling short because the FESX is on the wrong side of the highest close, highest daily close or highest daily point it's ever been in. Now, guys, I'm predicting at this stage long range shorts and short range longs. Now, if we get a really lovely stall in the first 15 minutes here, as we know about the red sell zone just here. Again, these guys have got a gap to close. So we're going to do a gap to close all the way down the bottom of the jar. Right, so we're not going to forget about that one. We have a gap to close on the new contract. We have a gap to close on the old contract. So all of these deductions are really important as we hunt effectively a super high probability trade. All right. Now I would suggest the volume, I was double checking, 60 versus 100. So now they are slowly transitioning. The full transition, guys, in inverted commas, the full transition would typically occur between 35 and 40 minutes into the session. Now, guys, if they just start mucking around like this and not actually generating signals, it is a really good opportunity to get questions answered. All right, so just for those of you that are copy trading, guys, please make sure you've updated the contract to the new contract in your copy trader. Otherwise, you're going to push go on your charts and it's not going to copy because you're trying to copy a 9 into a 6. Now, obviously, it won't take the trade for you. But I don't want someone picking up an absolutely stunning trade and then go, "Oh, why didn't they copy?" And that because you didn't update your copy software. And when you do that, guys, please update or please save your workspaces. Really important. So you save the work. Now, all right. Now, if we do sell down, guys, so if we do get a valid sell signal, right, if we do get a valid sell signal, guys, we are going to try and sell for the longer range traders. We're going to try and sell down to here. All right, so we're going to try and sell down to here. All right, now volume, guys, volume at the moment on the previous candle was really good. On this candle, the volume is very low for the second candle of the session. So we may have a low volume day until the volume really starts to creep over. So we just be really, really careful. Guys, just be careful today. We've had, again, contract rollover is probably the most painful week that we have to deal with. And I say it's the most painful week because we have 2 days where the volume is split. And if you like to trade every single day, the market sometimes doesn't want to play the game. As I'm watching the FDXM for the micro traders, as in the FDXM volume is looking really good. It's looking really good. So those FDXM guys, those micro contracts, they weren't available 4 years ago. Micro contracts, prop firms, and copy trading, those 3 things have completely changed the game. Now, there is a very nice reversal setting up on the US markets. Okay, so they are trying to reverse. At this stage, guys, I can't send you short. I can only send you long if we get an efficient candle. Okay, we have an efficient candle long, guys. Now, the only way we can trade long is if we get a structured retrace and a structured rejection, which at this point in time, guys, we don't have. And I need to understand where this larger Fibonacci is. So at this stage, guys, because the risk behind the candle is too much for the majority of traders, guys, we would need a structured retrace and a structured rejection in order to go long. Okay. So at this stage, guys, again, we have a valid long. The key is with the long, the risk is over most people's risk profiles. Therefore, we must have a structured retrace. We must get a structured rejection. I said, again, Fibonacci goes over the candle. Now, again, I had one of my guys I'm coaching gets into these trades too early. And I said, what I want you to do is wait between 30 or 60 seconds before you put your order on, because in that 30 or 60 seconds, you're going to draw a Fibonacci to make sure you get a structured retrace. Now, at this stage, guys, they're retracing down to the 61.8 Fibonacci. That does have an effect on your target projection. Again, let me just do some quick work for you. All right, so obviously the Fibonacci, guys, gives us an idea of where our risk control points are. So at this stage, guys, you are clear to enter. You are clear to enter 1 point over the top of the candle at 197, provided you have a 5-point first target and a risk control point. Now, at this stage, guys, the risk on the trade is going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. So the risk is around 23 points. As I know, most of you won't take a trade with more than 25 points of risk. So therefore, guys, it's got 23. You would want the buyers to be very impressive. Guys, it is an efficient CORPC bar with step and trend. We do have a structured retrace. The key with the structured retrace, it's pretty deep. I like structured retraces around about the 38 fib, because it means our risk control point is significantly higher. At the moment, this is quite a deep retrace. There's quite a few people, if they get anywhere near the 76 fibs, guys, which they are now, if they get anywhere near the 76 fibs, the retrace is too deep, they won't take the long. Guys, so if you have a problem with jumping in, FESX looks stunningly short. If you have a problem, guys, with jumping in on these efficient candles or these really, really strong candles too early, just wait 30 seconds, guys, and in that 30 seconds, put your Fibonacci on. Guys, it will probably save you a losing trade. It'll probably save you a losing trade. So MJ, did you get filled? Did you get filled on that order? Okay, because my chart didn't go to 197. Did yours? Okay, all right. Perfect. All right. I say it's not perfect, but what I'm saying is that, again, if you've been filled on that trade, as I was looking for a really, really lovely retrace, and a violent rejection. I got a retrace and a bit of a blah rejection. Either way, mate, I'll mark it down as a negative trade. What I would suggest to everybody is that if you're going to trade an efficient candle, as any retrace beyond the 50 fib, you would want to be careful about how far. You want to be careful about how far that runs in your favor. All right, Toby's at a negative as well. So guys, I'm going to mark that as a negative, and we're going to go and get it back. Guys, that is not revenge trading. That is simply saying, if I've had a losing trade, if I've had a losing trade, I'll go and get it back. Now, at this stage, as the sellers are going to be very, very strong underneath this candle. There's no 50 fib of the micro trend. So ultimately, as we are going to pick up a sell signal here, no question at all, we would need to make sure that our risk control triggers before we get to the red yesterday's high. So 20 seconds to go, as this is going to be an efficient candle short. The FESX is going to give us a very, very strong, guys, a very, very strong sell down candle. What does that ultimately mean? As on the FDAX, okay, on the FDAX, as we are likely to get a little green retrace. As the long story short, the delta V1 at 25168 is valid. The risk is around 35 points. As the risk is around 35 points. What does that ultimately mean? I'd like to see a little bit of green. I'd like to see a little bit of green on this candle, which we now have. As again, there's a delta at 168 as to go short. Now, what we would need to do is make sure that if we're going short at 168, guys, that we control our risk before we get to the pre-top. Okay, so we'd need to control our risk before we get to the pre-top. FESX is retracing really, really nicely. Guys, we've got a gap down on the FESX. We've got a gap down on the FDAX. All right, the 50 fib of the micro trend is around here. Okay, so that's a really lovely buyer push, guys, a really, really lovely seller rejection. So I have a delta V1 is at 168, a delta V1 at 168. The risk, guys, the traditional risk is around 35. The risk behind the retracement, guys, is around 20. Right? So again, we've got two different risk positions here on the market. Yeah, so two different risk positions. At this stage, if they engage that delta at 168, as they may try and run, as now I am short on this trade myself. So again, our risk has triggered. What we want them to do, guys, what we want them to do now is run. All right, so we want them to run. We need them to push through the pre-top. All right, we need them to push through the pre-top. It would be incredible if they also push through as the previous daily high. They might need a second crack at it. Right, so they might need a second crack. All right, now so again, if you're short, guys, you've gone far enough to control your risk, please. So if you are short, you've gone far enough to control your risk. Now, if we do get anywhere, and if there's any pressure, any selling pressure on the pre-top, these guys are likely to go further. I do want to try and trade all the way down to the 50 fib of the day. So if you were short, guys, on the delta, right, at 168, your first target is 5. Your second target is down here, please. All right, so if you are short, it's a 168 entry. Guys, there's two risk control points. Again, either way, though, we've gone 5 points. I'm just double checking the maths, 168. So we are 100% through your risk control point. As if you can hold this, and we can move down, through these levels here. If we can move down through these levels here, then this could go a long way. I do want you to try and hold down to around my black line, please. All right, so please try and hold down to the black line. Now, I'm probably going to get ATM'd on my trade here, I would suggest. Yeah, I've been ATM'd on my trailing stop, so that don't you dare run now, FDAX. I've literally just been ATM'd, guys, on my long range target. Dear. All right. So that's okay, guys. That's okay. We will get another bite. Of the cherry. There is no question about that. Yeah. So guys, I've been ATM'd as well. So I was in exactly the same trade as you were. Slightly looser ATM to try and get it run faster, or run faster. Even with a slightly looser ATM, it hasn't gone where it needs to go. So that's all right. We'll leave our little screen on there. Now, at this stage, guys, we will keep an eye on the FESX. Let's keep an eye on the FESX. All right, so buyers coming in towards the end of the candle, they're basically defending the pre-top. So the question is, can I send you long? We can't take a swing trigger assuming a close over the 50 fib of the micro trend, guys, which I've just drawn on for you there. All right, so I've just drawn on the 50 fib of the micro trend. Now I need to mark that as a losing trade, please. All right, let me mark that as a loss. Okay, now very, very quickly, guys, I'll mark that as a loss. I can brief later on that. So what we'll do, guys, for the efficient candle traders, what we'll do is if we get a retrace beyond the 50 fib, we won't take the trade. Now, guys, in terms of SBRs and ratios, we actually have a new short. Guys, we have a new short setting up on the market. So we have a new short setting up on the market, guys. Okay, so 174. As 174 is underneath the body. 174 is underneath the body of this static bar reversal. Now, what we've got to keep an eye on at this stage, the FESX is above yesterday's high, as these guys might be setting up a slightly more complex Toby style reversal, as we might be doing the same. We may be doing the same on the guys, on the FDAX as well. Now, again, we've got our higher high, very strong reversal candle, guys, on both markets. There is, guys, if you trade outside the body, guys, outside the body of a static bar reversal, guys, there is a short at 173. Guys, there's a short at 173. Now, again, we need to be aware that we can't take a swing trigger long because of the 50 fib of the micro trend. We also have the pre-top below us. Guys, so that means that, again, we're going to have to control our risk before we get to the pre-top. This is an OSR trade, guys, because the buyers are pushing up towards the higher OSR. So if these buyers push up towards the OSR and they fail badly, guys, if they push up towards the lower OSR and they fail badly, then we are looking for shorts. Now, technically, they've just gapped onto the 50 fib of the micro trend, which actually makes, it's like when they gap onto the pivot, guys, makes my job a little bit difficult when they do that. The reason it makes it difficult is because we don't trade an assumption of a close over that 50 fib as a swing trigger style trade. They've actually gapped over the top of it. Okay, so I'm going to let them go at this stage. I'm just going to let them go. All right, now again, just let me double check over here. These guys, right? So they're into uncharted territory, guys, on the FESX. So this is the highest they have ever been. So that means, guys, once again, if we get an efficient candle, guys, with a shallow retrace, so let's not take a retrace beyond, let's say, the 38 Fibonacci. Bounced off it. 179, 179. Okay, mate, thank you. So what we're going to do is, as at this stage, we're waiting for the candle to close. We are in the last 90 seconds. These guys are potentially setting up an upper OSR reversal. What I would suggest at this stage, guys, is that we wait for the candle to close. All right? We don't want to take a single touch reversal unless you are a little bit aggressive. Guys, there's nothing wrong with a single touch reversal. I prefer the double failure reversal. The reason being is it runs, in my humble opinion, at a higher success rate. Also, it's impossible to get caught on the wrong side of the OSR if you wait for the candle to close. So the 50 fib, I'm just checking, guys, the 50 fib of the micro trend. All right, so if we do get an upper, see what's happening as we climb higher and higher. As we climb higher and higher, excuse me, as we climb higher and higher, they're dragging the 50 fib of the micro trend with them. So if we do get an upper OSR reversal, we know where the 50 fibs are. Dearie me. So they've sold down to the pre-top, guys. Again, a number of traders have probably actually seen the failure at the pre-top, which is a pivot, and then turned around and actually gone back the other way. If you've done that, it's a really nice trade. I was short while that was happening, trying to get maximum profit. As it turns out, it didn't want to play the game. Now, guys, we did jump onto the 50 fib of the micro trend. Some of you may have traded that delta. If you've traded the delta, well done. Okay, we are now beyond the upper OSR. As that is a very, very efficient candle. So it means if we get a shallow retrace, as a shallow retrace and a violent rejection, Remy, well done, mate. Fantastic, fantastic, fantastic. Now we have efficient candles on the FESX as well. Well done, Remy, mate. That's a really good result. I've had one trade made so far where I got ATMs. Today, the ATM, though, has done its job. There's no question about that. All right, so at this stage, guys, if we're going to go long, we must get a shallow retrace and a violent rejection. Okay, so last time they retraced down to the 61.8 and then the 76. These guys are now retracing to the 23.6. Let me just watch what these guys are doing. $82 degrees. Okay. At this stage, guys, there is a long setting up at 216. At 216, if you trade an efficient candle, guys, with the step and the trend of the market. Now, the flip side of the 216, this time round, we have quite a shallow retrace and quite an obvious rejection. Now, again, we've got exactly the same thing going on, guys, on the FESX. These Delta V3s are obviously very, very good news. Now, because we are buying the market, guys, the buying signals typically move slower than the selling signals, right? So buying moves slower than selling. This one is going to take a little bit of patience, as I have absolutely no doubt. If you are long, guys, at 216, your risk control point is 221. Okay, very, very good number. That's a very, very good number. So again, guys, if you are long, guys, I would suggest a first target of 221. And then a second target, guys, a second target up at the R2. All right, so second target up at the R2, please. We can get rid of that. Now, in this case here, guys, we've got a shallow retrace followed by a good rejection. So again, we've got exactly the same signal occurring on the FESX. If you are long, guys, your first target is 221. First target is 221, which we've gone through. And you're trying to push it up to the R2. Noting that buying signals go slower than selling signals. All right, so at this point in time, if you've gone through your first target of 221, guys, or 221 is your risk control point, guys, you have no risk on this trade, please. So you can see the difference, guys, between a shallow retrace and a deeper retrace. So I would immediately, guys, modify your trading plans to say, I will not take an efficient candle if the retrace goes beyond the 50 fib of the efficient candle. All right, Giz, nice work, well done. As I am hoping in this case here, see how the buyers take a little bit of time to get running. I'm hoping these guys push through to at least this green 133 extension. All right, this one here. All right, now guys, once these guys get around 15 points away, so 1, 2, 3, 15 points from the entry, which is now, this is when they're going to start to get a bit of a confidence with their buying. So they're just at their confidence zone at the moment. Fibonacci, guys, dominant candle Fibonacci. You guys are on the right side of the market, please. So please try and hold. Please try and hold for a longer range second target. Your risk control point is not to this green Fibonacci here. All right, so there's our risk control point. At this stage, guys, I would make sure I've got no risk on my trade, please. So have no risk on your trade. If you did have a negative trade first time round, guys, I want you to go and get the 22 points back, please. So if you did have a negative, Toby, please try and hold, mate. Please try and hold. I know MJ did as well. So please try and hold to at least 22s, which is 1, 2, 3. You're literally just a whisker shy of your target. These buyers are going to keep buying though, guys. So if you lost 22 on the first trade, please go and get at least 22 back, or 25 would be more fun. All right, so please notice the difference, guys. Efficient candle, deep retrace. Efficient candle, shallow retrace. The shallow retrace is obviously well done, Andy. Nice work, mate. A plus 20. All right, well done. So that is an efficient candle, guys, with a delta in complement. At this stage from the entry point, guys, it's only gone 20 points, 21 points. So please have no risk on this trade. Guys, please have no risk on the trade. It is a buyer-owned candle, guys. It is a buyer-owned candle with a buyer-owned close on both markets simultaneously. Again, guys, there is no reversal short here, please. There is no reversal short. What we want is we want the buyers to move or break outside the range of the previous candle. Everyone that is long, guys, please make sure you've locked in some profit. Please make sure you've locked in some profit. All right, so straight away, guys, okay, so straight away, guys, shallow retrace again has worked better than a deep retrace, but we know why, because of the Fibonacci extensions. Caleb, nice trade, mate. Andy, you got a plus 20. Well done, mate. It's a beautiful target. Now, at this stage, as we know that the FTAX loves the 88.6 Fibonacci. We loves it. Okay, loves it, Josh. A positive, but not a big one. So what I'm looking for, guys, at this stage, no one's got any risk. Please, no one's got any risk. Again, based on retrace, last time they retraced to the 38, now they're retracing to the 61.8. So that gives you an idea that the buyers are kind of giving up because of that 4-hour 88.6. Got a gap down, guys, a gap down on the FESX and a loss of efficiency on both European markets. So if the ratio locks in like that in around 3.5 minutes, we are going to pick up, guys, the potential for thank you, Jiz. We are going to pick up the potential for a short, excuse me. Guys, if we close back inside the upper OSR, we're going to be targeting the lower OSR with our longer range target, please. As I am expecting today, guys, I'm expecting long range shorts and short range longs. Okay. All right, let me just double check here. Okay. So everything is working right. So anyone that's gone long, guys, you've locked in some profit. Get off there, please. All right. Things popping up in the wrong spot. As I'm just checking Wednesday, Thursday. Okay, perfecto. All right, so at this stage, guys, we're waiting for the ratio drop. Okay, that's what we're looking for. Again, at this point, guys, I need the ratio drop on both markets simultaneously. It would be great if they just stall there. 233. 233. I've got a 133. Mate, where's your 233 from? A daily 76. All right, so this is the upgrade of contracts. Okay, I've got a 4-hour. 76 there. It's a great, guys. It's a great spot. It's a really, really good spot to pick up a reversal. As again, if we do get the opportunity to pick up a reversal, I'm just getting an order ready, guys, in the background. Now at this stage, guys, if we got a 4-point turning bar short, guys, if we got a short below the upper OSR, all right, stops are triggering already. Okay, stop filled. All right, let me just get ready for this trade, guys. I'm targeting that V1 delta there, right? That little delta right there. As I've done a lot of research recently, guys, and the V1 delta, which we've had since 2009, and holy moly, is that an incredible indicator? It's an incredible indicator. That's all, guys. That's all we had. That's all we had for a very long time. Okay, we are going to get a really lovely sell candle here, guys, a really lovely sell candle. Again, we've got the 50 fib of the micro trend here. So we would need to close below the upper OSR. We would need to close below the upper OSR. That's what I'm watching, Jiz. That's what I'm watching. So the ratios say we're allowed to go short. What have we got? So 56 to 59, 3, 6. Oh, man. So hang on, mate. So hold on. 25 to 15 divided by. Okay, the FTAX is going to go 11.89 points. 11.89 points. All right, that takes us beyond here. Either way, guys, we're waiting. We're basically waiting for a signal. Now, what we do have, guys, I've got ATM, guys, on my Delta. So far today, I've been ATM'd twice on trades. This is looking incredible for a short. We just need now, guys, to go short under the body of the static bar reversal. We must have a higher high. Now, this is going to prove, now while we're here, I'm looking for a higher high, guys. I'm going to make that blue. Guys, that's the 1440. Let me make that blue. This one. Okay, just to make it. So Cody, that 88.6, that's the one you've got across the blue at 236. 236, is that the one you've got? Now, at this stage, guys, FESX is clearly setting up shorts. There's no question about that. The DAX is setting up shorts. There's also no question about that. Again, I would love to see some buyers move in and get absolutely annihilated, because it's the annihilation that we're going to join in on. As it is the annihilation that we're going to join in on. Oh, absolutely. If we close below the upper OSR, as our next resistance level in the market is down at 175. So it's literally there's some resistance in the market here. So if we do get a sell, guys, and the FESX was to give us a really nice sort of strong sell candle, these guys could have a little bit of a trickle to the downside. Now, I would suggest, guys, the R2 on the FESX is so close that I would be surprised if they don't try for the R2. Now, at the moment, we're waiting for permission to trade. This is why some days, the markets are going to test your discipline. They're literally going to test your discipline. Now, if we do get a higher high, guys, I'm looking for a body entry underneath this static bar reversal. At the moment, the SBR entry is at 203. That's assuming a close over the upper OSR, which is not a good idea. So at this stage, we're literally sitting on ice. We're sitting on ice. Breezy, yeah. So if you want to throw your mouse away, just be careful you don't throw it too far. Guys, you can see, if you're watching the camera, you see my hands. My hands are completely free of my mouse. So even if I was tempted, I'm not touching my mouse, because there's nothing for me to do here, guys. So it's like, again, in the army, we used to say fingers off the trigger, please. So it's impossible to accidentally fire your weapon if your finger's nowhere near the trigger. You can't fire the weapon. Well, geez, we've had people use their NinjaTrader, so they've used their keyboard like the space bar. They program, you get those programmable mice where you can like program different buttons to do different things. Like the gaming mouse where you can program them to do different things. We've had people bang their mouse on the desk and trigger orders. Mate, we've had cats run across keyboards and push the enter button, and they program that to be literally enter the market. A UD, yes, Rog, an unauthorized discharge, guys, is when you fire your weapon without permission. Very hard to do that, guys, if your finger is not on the trigger. So at this stage, guys, we're just waiting. We may be getting a very, very strong sell candle, guys, on the FESX. We may be getting a very strong sell candle on the FDAX. Guys, again, let's just wait for them to come to us, please. Guys, wait for them to come to us. Again, the next resistance level is in the market is down around the 175 mark. Okay, so there's some resistance down here. So if we get a really, really strong sell candle, guys, what we're looking for is we want the FDAX to close under its OSR. Now, this is going to be, just to add insult to injury, this is going to be an efficient candle. Mate, it is teasing us, but it's just like every day, mate, every day in trading. So I used to say, guys, I used to say in the trading room all the time, every time you sit down to trade, you have an opportunity to be an example or a warning. So what would you like to be today? And guys, I come to the LTR every day, and I don't need to say it to myself, but what I used to say, guys, when I came to the LTR is today I would like to be an example of exactly what to do, not what not to do. So guys, at the moment, we don't have a trade that we are allowed to take. Right now, if we've got a very strong sell candle, guys, on the FESX, a very strong sell candle. They have now gapped up. So guys, just be careful here. There's no valid sell signal. Now, when this becomes painful is if they now run without us. As if they run without us, that is a little bit annoying, guys. There's no question about that. If we got a delta V2, guys, man, we've got the FESX above its upper OSR, and we are trying to get below. So I think, guys, at this stage, if we are going to get a big sell down, which is basically the upper OSR to the lower OSR, if we are going to get that, we need these guys to confirm their closure inside the upper OSR. No, this is ultimately now a waiting game. So again, we've got no trades we're allowed to take. Now, I literally on my trading today, I've been ATM'd twice. Right, ATM twice. Now, the long, guys, the long over here. Okay, the minus that we did have a minus 22. So my rule, guys, on long trading is I won't let it retrace past the 50 fib as the maximum. I'll show you why, guys. I'll show you why. Don't you come down, please. So, guys, I run a Fibonacci up the candle back to, say, the 50 fib. Don't you run, please. Guys, I'm going to put preemptive orders into the market. I was getting ready for a potential sell. Please don't run. That delta V2, holy moly. We'll do Fibonacci later, guys. We'll do Fibonacci later. So that delta V2, I would suggest that they're actually going to try and have a crack to the downside. They're actually going to try and have a crack to the downside. Let me see. Man, oh man, there's nothing I can give you at this stage without assuming a close over the upper OSR. Okay. If you are in on that delta, guys, because the market is turning, just be aware that if you're short on the delta at 194, guys, your first target is 189. Right? So your first target is 189. So if you are short, guys, then obviously you're on the right side of the market. There's no question about that. Now, that being said, volume is very low. It probably is. All right, let me just see what these guys are doing. Volume is 61. So yeah, the volume is low. There is no question. So my trailing stop, guys, is chasing off that delta. So my trailing stop is chasing off the delta. I've got resistance in the market at 175. Come on, please run, FDAX. I've got resistance in the market at 175. All right, I'm just watching my screens, guys, my execution screen in the background. So if you are short, guys, on the delta V2, then please make sure you've cut all your risk off. So you can't lose any money on the trade. So please make sure, guys, if you're short, I've picked up that delta V2 short there. Guys, now if you are short, guys, we've got a little bit of resistance in the market at 175. If we move through 175, the next resistance is the pivot farm.
FDXM Delta confirmed.
Come on, I dare you, FDAX, to keep going, please. All right, so at this stage, guys, if you're short on the delta, you want them to sell into the close of this candle. So guys, I'm currently short on the delta with a trailing stop running. So I'm short on the FDAX with a trailing stop running. I do need you to break down through 175, please. Okay, come on. 175 is the ultimate test, guys. So if you are short, please expect a little bit of a volume bounce at 175. Guys, that is a massive, massive selling candle short. We are expecting them, guys. We are expecting them if they engage under that candle. We're expecting them to move down around here. Sorry, guys, I'm managing trailing stops at the same time as trying to manage the FDAX screen. So at this stage, guys, please make sure if you're short on the delta, guys, you've got no risk. We do need to break through 175. Guys, we do need to break through 175. Okay, here comes the break. So just make sure, guys, I'm controlling my risk, guys, while I talk to you. Right, we're triggering again short. Anybody that's short under the efficient candle, guys, I want you to try and hold it down to at least 165, please. At least 165. Guys, if you're being very careful, your stop can now be at 175. Guys, if you're trying to trail down for a really big trade, I dare you to go down, FDAX. Come on, please. All right, so we're approaching the pre-top for the FDAX traders. Guys, we do need the sellers to absolutely punish the pre-top. All right, we need to punish the pre-top if this is going to keep running. As I'm slowly moving my stop loss down, guys, my stop loss is now at 174, which is being protected by the resistance. I've got my target, guys, at 160. So my target is 160. My entry was the delta. Oh, boom. Happy camper. All right. My target, guys, was literally at 160. Target is 160. My entry was here, and I've been taken out here. So if you are short on the delta, again, if you're short on the delta, massive well done. If you're not short on the delta, then the next short is underneath this candle. If you're short on that candle, guys, as a selling trade, so you've got an efficient candle followed by a shallow retrace and a violent rejection. If you're short there or you're short on the delta, guys, please make sure you've got an early first target and a long range second target. Have I got anybody that is trying to hold this delta for 15 minutes, guys? Jack, you got the SBR short 203, 25 and 40. Man, that's becoming your favorite trade, Jack. So you traded the ratio-based SBR short at 203. Well done. Andy, well done, mate. Okay, so we've got some shorters holding short. All right, well done. So, guys, I've picked up the short. Just to be super clear, I picked up the delta at 194. I ran it down to a target at 160. I was at 160. Why did I enter short? Because it's a delta V2, and I was looking at the ratio drop is why I've gone short. Breezy, you got in late delta lower than yours, Lockie. All right, Toby got ATM'd at 15. Okay, good. Okay, good. All right, so what we're going to do is it's actually, guys, you know what's scary? It's actually my biggest trading day this week. Biggest trading day this week is that delta there. Because I have been ATM'd so many times. Oh dear. All right, so we're just going to keep doing what we do. All right, so sellers now own the stair step. All right, we picked up that delta there, didn't we? Sellers now own the stair step. All right, so we're looking for buying base reversals. All right, so my target, guys, was sitting at 160. What I'm trying to do, guys, in my own personal trading is trade from resistance to resistance. So again, we had a resistance at 175, we broke it, and then we ran into the pivot farm, guys, just here. right? So in hindsight, 160 was actually a reasonable target. Okay, 160 was a reasonable target. Now, guys, if you have taken a trade, please right-click on your chart trader. Guys, flatten everything, cancel all orders. So you just make sure there's no ghost orders running in the system, particularly if you are copy trading. Guys, now at this stage, buyers own the stair step on FESX, sellers own the stair step on FDAX. What does it mean, guys? What does it mean for those that trade off pivots? You may have waited for these guys to steal the stair step. You may have actually gone long. If you have gone long, guys, well done. I was trying to maximize the profit. You met with the switch to longer range targets recently. Jack, isn't it funny how much more money you make? So, mate, I was coaching this lovely guy who lives in Thailand. He might be in the trading room today. I was coaching him or talking to him about trading and saying, guys, I say to you guys, I'm going to go for 25 points on every single trade. I'm going to let the ATM do the running. And what I did at that point, guys, is I grabbed my 25-point target and I moved it down to the brick wall. So that's 160 to 194. 194 to 160. So instead of going for 25 points, I went for 34 points. So what I'm trying to do with my own personal trading is get bigger targets on every trade. Jack's a bit fussy, you guys. So he won't do anything less than 25. Well, there'd be a lot of arguments for that. You say, if I've got 25 points at risk on this trade, I'm going to go for 25 points. Now, naturally, guys, if the market requires, 30 points of risk, it's probably going to go 30 points. The question is, though, can we responsibly hold that? Right? Can we responsibly hold that? Now, guys, please note that the FESX wants to sell, FDAX wants to buy. So we're not going to buy the FDAX. We're not going to buy the FDAX against the FESX. Sellers own the stair step here, buyers own the stair step over here on the FESX. So what I would suggest we do at this stage, we start ruling out what we can and can't do. All right, so at this point in time, if we wanted to go long, I'm doing it a bit for less than 11. Roger, I love your work, mate. So guys, at this stage, if we wanted to trade this as a static bar reversal long, we must get a retrace, we must get a rejection. Guess what? The retrace is beyond the 50 fib. We're not interested. So we can't go long, we can only go short. Now, question is, if anybody is still short from the delta, if you've brought your stop through to +1, you have not been taken out. So you're trying to hold this for 15 minutes. This would be a very painful retracement, but you can't lose any money, guys, so it doesn't matter. You might as well twiddle your thumbs, literally twiddle your thumbs, and wait for the hour to close. Geez, nice work. Jack, you are officially the equally youngest trader in the room. The fact that you won't go for less than 25 is bloody fantastic, man. It's fantastic. Okay, now, at this stage, sellers are very, very strong. Guys, there's no question about that. We're waiting for the candle to close. Guys, we are in the last 15 minutes. However, if the candle close involves a pivot, guys, so this is the pivot farm. In fact, guys, Jack, today is Congratulations Wednesday. No one you'd know. Andy Tweedale. Andy actually got 20 and 40, which is way better than what I did. Andy got 20 and 40. Today's Congratulations Wednesday. Guys, Toby got 15. So I'm just writing this on the screen, guys, while we wait for a signal. We can't go long, guys. We can't go long, please. So what did Toby get? Toby got... What's Toby got? Oh, there you are. Toby got 15. Breezy, you tend to feature in a lot of videos, mate.
5-minute candle close in 60 seconds.
All right, we want to be short. We want to be short. This is a bit silly. If we get a delta V3, guys, I'll put that up the top of the screen. If we get a delta V3, guys, holy moly. So we just reiterating, guys, we do not want to be long on FDAX because the FESX does not agree. Have I got anybody, guys? Have I got anybody? So I'm obviously out of my trade, guys. I was stoked with the result. If I was still in, I'd be like double stoked at this point in time. Oh man, oh, there's the V3. Holy moly. That V3, guys, is valid. The problem with the V3 is we have to close under the 50 fib of the day. We must close under the 50 fib of the day. Now, okay, at this stage, guys, the V3 is valid. All right, provided we get a shallow retrace and a violent rejection. Shallow retrace, violent rejection. Okay, R1 is here. All right, so let's have a quick look. So guys, every day the market gives us a lesson, right? The lesson today is if the retrace goes beyond the 50 fib, don't take the trade. I would strongly suggest, guys, if any one of you trades an efficient candle or the delta outside the range of an efficient candle, you would use that as your rule. The Fibonacci extension, guys, off this as a dominant candle extension, literally takes us way down the bottom of these charts. Note that the buyers still own the stair step, guys, on the FESX. We can't go long on the FDAX, guys. We're below the 50 fib. So we cannot go long. We are below the 50 fib. That is the, we're back into a 15-minute sell zone. Right, so these guys have literally come straight back to the bottom of a 15-minute sell zone. Okay, so at the moment, guys, your retrace is to the 23.6. Right, your retrace is to the 23.6. We are in the last 15 minutes, as I've mentioned already. If you don't trade in the last 15 minutes, the Delta V3 is not for you. My price level here is 132. Well, my price level is 132. Now, at this stage, we're going to watch the time very closely. Volume is okay. Retrace is to the 23.6. There will be a counter Fibonacci here. Let me have a quick look. Have I got anybody, guys, that's still short on the delta? No, even that one's okay. Is anybody still short on the delta from up here? Guys, now again, young, who was it? Andre? Was it Andre? Jack. Jack's gone short, guys, under that ratio-based SPR. Mate, this, I don't know if you were here for the pre-brief, mate, but if that short holds, they're going to go all the way down to the gap, which is all the way down here, all the way down here. Okay, so at this stage, guys, now again we are waiting on. So we have had a losing trade today, guys, no question about that. Then we've had a small win. Mind you, some people got 20 on it. Who got 20 at the top? Who got 20 at the top? Toby is not spelled Toyby. It was, who was it that got 20 at the top? I'll go and look. Guys, I'll go and look. So either way, guys, we've got a short. We are in the last 5 minutes. We're in the last 5 minutes. You have a 38 fib retrace on the dominant candle. The Fibonacci extension on this is insane. If they can engage that delta, on this candle, these guys will collapse. Now, if they don't engage, guys, the delta, okay, which again, we're getting right close to the last 90 seconds. So the lesson of today, guys, is 100%. Efficient candle trade, wait at least 30 to 60 seconds, put your Fibonacci on, make sure you get a structured retrace and a structured rejection, and don't let the retrace go beyond the 50 fib. I can show you why, guys, Fibonacci-wise. I'll show you why. So I am absolutely stoked with the trade, guys. That's the first runner. That's the first runner that's actually run for me, guys, this week. And I've had to wait. I've had to wait to Thursday. Oh man. It's just been one of those. I got missed, guys. I think I got skipped on 2 or 3 runners. And today I didn't get skipped. That's, mind you, I didn't get skipped because I pushed the market order sell button. Because that's why I didn't get skipped.
S delta forming.
Because man, oh man, is it annoying when you get skipped. And then it runs. And then you're thinking, is it me? It's not you, guys. The futures market doesn't know you exist. Now, to add even more fun, that trade was on my TTP funded account. So isn't it ironic that we get the runner on the day that I'm trading with TTP? All right, now we're waiting, guys. So close of the hour, guys. Close of the hour. What have we got? So we have a ratio drop. Just be a little bit careful here, guys. I'll get rid of some fibs. All right, so at the moment, the 50 fib of the micro trend is this candle. Right, that candle is the micro trend. They made a higher high and a lower low. What does it mean, guys? What does it mean? We've picked up nothing. I'm not even going to give you the name of a signal because I don't want someone pushing the button. We've picked up a nothing burger. I'll just say that straight away. The FESX is back into the upper OSR. The FDAX has given us a ratio-based static bar reversal long with no retrace, no rejection whatsoever. Just no retrace, no rejection. And again, ironically, they've gapped over. So they've gapped over the 50 fib of the micro trend. Now, again, if we were to get a really strong efficient candle on both the FESX and the FDAX, as I would be, in fact, if the FESX had have closed over its upper OSR, guys, I would be all over this as again, 60-minute turn. If you have gone long, guys, again, some of you do just trade straight ratios. If you have gone long, that delta V1, which I am delighted by the delta V1, guys. A lot of people take it off their charts, guys. It's incredible. If you've gone long because of that delta V1, guys, you've clearly gone way beyond your profit target. So you might have gone long because of the ratio drop. We draw our 50 fib of the micro trend. These guys are gapped over the 50 fib of the micro trend. It's what they did on the swing trigger over here on the left-hand side. So as in terms of missed trades today, I missed this one. So these guys jumped over the 50 fib of the micro trend, then produced a delta. You can see what everybody did with the delta, guys. They flew. All right, so if you do get a swing trigger long and they jump over the 50 fib, guys, it's okay to trade. Now, these guys have jumped over the 50 fib. It would have been really lovely you get a bit of a sell down, then a jump. We didn't get that, and the FESX is trading straight into a pivot. So I might be a little bit careful. Again, we are literally setting up shorts again. Setting up shorts. Now, what is the short going to look like? So we have, as at the time this candle closed, this is an SBR short. Okay, so if we get well above the body, guys, I'd love a higher high. If we get a higher high, guys, there will be an entry underneath the body of this little green SPR, guys, at 176. Now, at the moment, based on the position of the FESX, guys, if you are a ratio-based trader, guys, you can put a short on at 176 or 177. Now that is, again, we're trading off an old SPR. The only reason we're going short on the FDAX, guys, is because the FESX, the buyers still own the stair step. Now, if you are short, guys, at 177 or you're short at 176, I would be looking for a 5-point first target and a 50-point second target. All right, that's a bit of a challenge. If you are short, guys, at 177 or 176, you're looking to trade off the body of the SBR in agreement with the FESX. So anybody short at 177 or 176, I want you to hold it for a 5-point first target and guys out to a 50-point second target, please. All right, you guys are looking to try and trade all the way down to the R1. All right, so anybody short, I want you to hold short. Do I have anybody, guys? Oh, I've just realized I've got messages that I haven't seen here. Okay, if anybody is short on the FDAX, as if you are short under the body at 177, 176, do I have anybody short, guys? Anyone short at 177 or 176? If you are short and you're going for a long range target, you want the FESX to close underneath its upper OSR, please. Okay, now again, this will be very, very dependent on the FESX. You guys have got, come on, sell down towards the close of the candle. You did it last time. Go on, if you go, please. Okay, so anybody short, is anybody short? I want you to hold short, please. All right, so all we're doing, guys, all we're doing is we're saying this candle was an SBR. This candle was an SBR. FESX, the buyers still own the stair step, so our preference is to sell. So if you are short, it's only gone 5, 10, 15, 20. It's only gone 25s. Right now, guys, now, you would make sure you've got absolutely no risk on that because the FESX has just closed above its upper OSR. All right, so anybody short? Interesting fact that last candle turned off the OSR. VH, mate, you're using language that I don't even know what that is. So, so we need to talk about that. We need to talk about that. Oh man. I did say these guys are going to sell down to here or here. As in, look where they've sold to. Fantastic. Okay, we've got that brutally covered. So at the moment, okay, mate. Okay, I'll annoy you on the phone about it. So what we've got at this stage is, have I got anybody short? Have I got anybody short underneath the body of this candle because the FESX says you can't go long, you can only go short? Because if you waited for the retrace and you waited for the rejection and you went short under here at 175, 177, 176, it's only gone around 25 points. I'm anticipating if this candle closes as a larger red candle, these guys are probably going to go a lot further, right? Probably going to go a lot further. We just got to wait for the close now. Cody, are you with us today? You were here before. Are you still with us? Is Cody still here? Hard for me to tell. Yeah. All right. So at this stage, we are, guys, waiting for the next trade. Okay, so anybody short, guys, underneath the mustard green? If anyone's short under the mustard green, guys, again, everyone's controlled their risk. There is nothing. You please don't hang in. I thought that was going to go a very long way. It's not, but it's gone at least 25 points. All right, now, again, as I was saying before, the reason we did that is FESX. Buyers still own the stair step as much as the sellers have stolen the stair step, guys, on the FDAX. The FESX has got the volume on the FESX today, guys, is well over 2,000. FDAX is under 200, so the FDAX will be kind of at the women call, or the beck and call, I should say, beck and call of the bigger market. Now, okay, now at this stage. What we've got to keep a very close eye on, guys, 1 minute and 26 seconds. 1 minute and 26 is where's the 50 fib of the micro trend? Okay, it's right here. Dearie me, FESX, what are you doing? So, guys, at this stage, I'm going to hand the ownership to the FESX. If we close underneath the upper OSR with a red candle, that will be a ratio-based SBR short. Let's see, it will be a ratio-based SBR short. If we were to buy on the FDAX, this would be a stunning gift. If we were to buy, sell, buy, sell. If we were to buy up here, and the buyers stole the stair step, we would be looking for exactly the same entry again. As there is actually a backup entry there underneath that SBR as well. So there's our primary entry, there's a backup entry. I just want to see some buyers show and fail. That's that's what I'm looking for. And who was it? Young Andy, Toby, Breezy. It was Jack. Jack got the best trade of the day. So today, guys, today on YouTube, Jack, I think, got a plus 40. 40 or 45, mate. 40 or 45. Jack got a blinder, guys. I think it was a 40. Either way, Jack gets trade of the day, and he's 18 years old. That's it's a little bit embarrassing, mate. You got to stop doing that. Making me look really bad. Bloody kids. Because can you imagine? And I say with all affection, F the axe. Can you imagine, guys? Can you imagine knowing how to do this when you're 18? Imagine how life would be a little bit different. Now, as per the FESX, we want to be short. So we're keeping a very close eye, guys, a very close eye on higher highs. Just hold on 1 sec. Need a little bit of water. My wife, guys, is absolutely loving the fact that I don't have much of a voice. So I have to save all of my talking for the live trading room, and then I have to go quiet again. Suzanne, well, I had to cancel a couple of coaching calls today, Suzanne, because if I did the coaching calls, I wouldn't be able to run the session. So we're into lemon juice, ginger, vitamin C. I will have this killed. I will have this killed by the weekend. There is no doubt. I am winning, guys. I am winning the battle. There's no doubt I'm winning. Now, excuse me, guys, for a contract rollover day and whiskey, Andy, yes. I was actually going to get some today, mate, to kill the bugs. I'm going to get some today. Now, having had my biggest trading day in a little while, I think we might reach out for some, reach out for some Andy medicine. Guys, we are 12 minutes in, guys, 12 minutes into the second hour. I believe, guys, for contract rollover day, I think we've done really well at this stage. Tomorrow, guys, it's going to be clear sailing. Right? The contracts will be well and truly switched. Let's have a look at the old contract. Volume 64, new contract, volume 96. So the volume's still on the new contract. It's not that impressive yet. I might have told some of you about this, but I was asking a whiskey distillery over here in Japan to actually create a whiskey for me called Page 6. Page 6 whiskey. There's a long and very entertaining story, guys, about why Page 6. And the story, as if I could get my way, the Page 6 story would be on the back of the whiskey bottle for everybody to have a big fat laugh at. Because it is very funny. Now, our volume, guys, at the moment is in the low hundreds. FESX is setting up a very strong, right? It's a very, very strong cup and handle for those old schoolers. Cup and handle setting up. No, head and shoulders setting up. If this is a big, strong, efficient selling candle, guys, on the FESX, it is a classic head and shoulders. Classic head and shoulders. That might be showing my age. When I was first learning to trade, guys, there was a candlestick formation, like a candlestick pattern book that we had to be aware of, and there were more than 600. Andy, well done. There were more than 600 candlestick patterns we were expected to know. 600. I said I think it's easier just to design an SBR indicator. The Tweedale. So, as Andy is not joking, there's a bottle of whiskey on his desk called the Tweedale. I think that is fantastic, right? All right, so at this stage, guys, we're going to get a look at the volume on FESX, guys, 3,500. These guys are going to go down. FDAX, please buy first. I dare you to buy first. Or give us a big, fat, efficient selling candle. This selling candle is going to be so strong. One thing we do have to be really aware of, guys, so before we get super excited, is that whenever I go to take a trade, I look at the 50 fib of the micro trend. Now look at this. These guys are literally on. So they've gapped under the 50 fib of the micro trend. All right, so what this means, are we setting up, you're kidding. We are setting up a reversal underneath the previous daily high straight into the lower OSR. Now, we did say before, guys, if we got a lower OSR, an upper OSR reversal, we were going to trade it to the lower OSR. And guess where it's gone? Ah, dear, guys, the only thing I can give you is a Delta V2 short, the Delta V2 short, and it would have to be down near the extremity of this candle, down here. A Delta V3, I'll take a V3, V2. V1, not strong enough, guys, not strong enough, not in the middle of the MDI. S&P's turning, guys, S&P's turning, NASDAQ's turning, FESX is trying to turn. I'll give you an idea, guys, of how important this is. If the FESX gets under yesterday's high, if they get under yesterday's high, that basically says we've tried to go into uncharted territory and we've failed. Now, these guys have gaps to close to the downside. So we have a gap to close from today. We have a gap, the gap to close. The gap to close is all the way in here. Guys, so if I had FESX traders, guys, FESX traders, that's a Toby style reversal, guys, off the upper OSR, followed by a stunningly efficient CORPC bar. Now, these guys are going to go down. I can't send you short until I get confirmation that they're going to go. All right. Now, again, before we think, we're missing out. As if we were to get below this red line, guys, the 15-minute sell zone, if we got below that with a candle close, the next port of call is the R1 or the gap, guys. It's a huge run. What I don't want you doing, guys, is just pushing the sell button. Unless you get a Delta V2 or V3, don't you run without us, you little so-and-so.
Delta confirmed.
Guys, do I have anybody short from this mustard green one that we called earlier? Is anyone short on that? If you are short on that, then you want to try and hold this as far as it can possibly go. Caesar is short on that. Wait, well done. All right, well done. All right, so Caesar, you might actually end up getting best trade of the day, mate. You might end up getting the best trade because if you're short at this point in time from 175-ish, this is going really well, mate. Okay, wow, you guys are both short. Well done. Well, I hope you guys are short based on what I said. I don't want to take credit. If you're short for your own reasons, but that is a ratio-based SPR, guys. And again, here we go. There is the V2, guys. There is the V2 Delta. Right now, if you are a Delta trader, guys, there is the V2 Delta. You would simply just push market order short. Guys, push market order short on the V2 Delta and hold on. Guys, the fact that we're picking up a V2 Delta there is very good news for Caesar and Konstantinos. Can I say Con? So that Delta V3 that Delta V2 at 135 combined with the V1, that is very good news if you are short already. That's very good short. Yes, perfect. So very, very good news, guys. If you're short, the flip side of that, guys, if you did push the sell button when you hit 135, guys, your first target is 130. Your second target is the R1. Now, this is going to be a very strong sell candle on the FDAX. Very strong sell candle. So you guys that are short, please. So we said earlier today, guys, long range shorts, short range longs. So please stay short, guys. If you got in on the delta at 135, your first target is 130. Your second target ideally is the R1, or you're looking to push through the R1. I see you're looking to push through the R1. As FESX is gap down, those people that are short, stay short, please. All right, those double delta V3s mean that if you're going to take a double failure reversal, guys, the FDAX must go well below its R1. It's well below its R1. Have I got anybody on that delta, guys, that just pushed market order short? Is anyone short on the delta? Okay, so mate, I want you to make sure, so guys, 3 selling phases. So sell 1's gone through. This is seller phase 2. Giz, if you're going for a really long range target, man, well done, Giz. Okay, good. Right, so guys, we don't want, so this is sell phase 2. If we get 3 selling phases and then the buyers show up, everyone needs to put their stop behind this candle, please. So this is sell phase 2. We're going to see 3 selling phases. The third selling phase will coincide with the FESX getting to its pre-top. So we're still in seller phase 1, guys, still in seller phase 1. Stops behind the R1 for the shorts, please. So anyone that's short, please put your stops on that delta V3. Okay, so stops on the delta V3. If I see any buying and then a second sell, guys, it'll be the third sell phase. And then we need to make sure you've locked in a big fat chunk of profit. This is the third selling phase right now. Okay, so we're in sell phase 3. All right, we're in sell phase 3. That means you guys want to lock in as much profit as possible. You can bring your stop in behind that. You literally bring your stop into the delta V3 if you want to. Okay, so I've got some traders on this delta V3.
FDX delta forming.
All right, now at this stage, guys, that we're getting to the end of the third selling phase. All right, this is the fourth selling phase. You can see the indecision coming in. So again, guys, if you want to go long, over the top of the R1, all right, I would suggest you are going to putting your order, guys, above the current active candle. For those that are short, you're just holding short, please. So this is the fifth selling phase. This is the fifth selling phase. Hold short, hold short, hold short, please. Just hold short, please. Codes, note the signal formation on the FESX from here. Guys, Cody and I, when I keep mentioning Cody, guys, we're working on something in the background. All right, so I keep on saying, Cody, check this out, Cody, check this out. Buyers had the stair step, guys, on the FESX. That's why our preference is shorts, not longs. Right, shorts, not longs on FDAX. Okay, 5 selling phases on the FDAX. Please make sure if you're short, you have no risk on this. We're approaching the last 90 seconds. So therefore, if you want to go long, guys, at 120, as in we're going to go long based on seller failure. Caesar, nice work, mate. Beautiful trade. Con, are you out, mate? Are you out? Giz gets an award today. So Giz, I'm going to add Giz to the leaderboard for today. So guys, at this stage, we're not going to go long in the last 90 seconds, please. So Giz got a plus 27. What have we else? Con, Caesar, what did you get, mate? Are you happy for me to mention you? Caesar got a lot. Caesar got a lot. Okay. Anybody short, guys, anybody short, we're holding short. Guys, that Delta V3 is valid. It would just be a market order sell button. Guys, if you are going to go short at 0.97, my ATM took me out at 17, not to, okay, geez, that's all right. So guys, if you are going to go short, guys, the Delta V3 is valid. If you're going to go short at 97, your first target, guys, is 92. So if you are going to go short, guys, the deal is we are in the last 90 seconds of the candle. Okay, we are in the last 90 seconds. All right, so just be aware, guys, this delta that we jumped on here, that delta was very, very early in the candle, like the first 60, 70 seconds. These ones here are in the last 90 seconds. I said that's, again, we just got to be careful, guys, just got to be careful. Now, the DAX, look at FESX, guys. Look at this classic upper OSR to lower OSR trade. Wow. Wow trade. Okay. Sellers are surging, guys. So again, we use the 3 push rule, guys, on the sells to basically cut our risk off above the R1. Is Con still short? Con, are you still short? Now, I've got multiple blue fibs down here, so I'm going to have to work out which one is correct. Okay, at this stage, I can't send you long, guys, on the FDAX. We're underneath the R1. So I can't send you long. Guys, I can't send you long. I do need to work out which of those daily fibs is correct. That means going off this chart. So have I still got anybody short? All right, resistance in the market, guys, at 110. The next resistance in the market is 087. So there is resistance in the market at 087. If they break through 087, guys, they're going to close their gap. All right. Anybody still short? Anybody still short? FESX closed, open on the OSR. Yes. Toby, are you still short, mate? Are you still short from the delta or the big fat candle? I mean, delta or the big fat candle? If you're short on that delta, mate, holy moly. Okay. Big candle. Okay, mate. No, that's fine. Okay. Yeah, mate. Smart kids, though. Smart kids, mate. These kids are a little bit smarter than the average bear. Toby, I think officially you're the second youngest in the LTR behind the boys, the Sydney boys. You are the second youngest. I need to work out that. I need to work out this daily fib. So just reiterating, guys, we cannot go long. We cannot go long on the FDAX into the R1. We can only go short. I'm going to have to do this, guys. I do apologize. That is green. That explains it. Boom, 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 boom. Go away. Okay. It's the 50 on the 4-hour chart, which these guys love to go to. Oh, there you go. That explains what they're doing. But guys, that is the 50 fib on the 4-hour chart going up the other way, though, so it holds a little bit less credibility. It means if you're short, guys, you're just holding short, please. You're holding short. Now, I moved away from the chart, so I didn't see the sell phases. I think that is sell phase 1, guys. I think that is sell phase 1. That was sell phase 2. Green team, show us the sell phase 3, please. No. Now, I wasn't counting the phase. There comes sell phase 3. That's sell phase 3. They turned the green to doji. So if you see 3 selling phases, guys, and then the buyers hit them harder after the 3rd selling phase, we know the market's going to try and turn. That's why. Now, we cannot go long, guys. We cannot go long. We're under the R1. Man, I've just looked at the time. Holy moly. We are, guys, we're 28 minutes into the 2nd hour. That's incredible. All right. Jeez. Andre, mate, well done. Yeah, mate, you're on the money, mate. You're on the money. So, guys, this Toby, we call it a Toby reversal. This Toby reversal over here on the FESX off the upper OSR, stunning, absolutely stunning. So, Christian, I am here to tell you, mate, we had our first negative trade because the Fibonacci retrace was too deep. Now, I've still got traders short, Christian.
All right.
So we're trying. No, it's all right, mate. We've got traders short. So we've got traders short from here. And the next resistance, guys. So the next resistance in the market is 087. 087. Right here. Let me just double check. 0.87. Guys, if we break 0.87, even if we tickle 0.87, they're going to try and close the gap. All right, now 60-minute chart. Where's the gap? The gap's here. Wow. So the gap Fibonacci, guys, which is going to be really, really important, is from here to here. Yeah, let's look at this. If we close below that gap 50, if we close below the gap 50, they're going to try and go to the gap 76s, which is down there. So Christian, in summary, I've actually had my best trading day this week today, as in banked profit on my TTP account, mate. So I'm quite happy with that.
Amazing.
Anyone who's short, guys, we're going to try and stay short. Toby, you're short from the big candle. Mate, you're short from the big candle. So 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. Okay, Caesar's still short. Guys, I want you to stay short, please. I want you to stay short, please. Stay short, stay short, stay short, stay short. Toby, if you're short, which again, Toby's actually quite tall, guys, but again, there's resistance in the market here. So Tobes, I'd make sure that you've locked in a big chunk of profit. There's resistance at 0.57. As the next resistance is not till the open, which is down here. But we have literally run out of time. So Tobes, everyone that's short, please lock in a large amount of profit. A big well done. A big well done. So what did we do today, Christian? We got stopped out on a trade, but the fib retracement was too deep. So I'm going to now put a rule in place that we can't go beyond the 50 fib retrace. Again, we got an identical signal shortly after that went straight through its profit target. The retrace was just shallower. So we had a loss followed by a small win, followed by a reasonable win, followed by a very large win, followed by another win. And some of the boys are short from here, and it's all the way down here now. I've got people short on this delta here. I've got people short on the delta V3s. And we're trying to get this to go as far as we possibly can. In fact, for those that are short, as honestly, your next philosophical target is 25,000, okay, which is down here. All right, so for those that are short for monster targets, it's just please stay short. In fact, we were just given a re-entry short. So anybody that is short again, go short again, guys. Just keep going short until you get a buying signal. So Christian, all in all, we had a loss, mate. It's the first loss I've had, like first slap in the face I've had, but we know exactly why, so we've changed our rules immediately. Then we had a win, a really good win, a very sexy win, a win that's still even sexier and it's keeping on going, and then Toby short down here, which I'm very, very excited by. And guys, if you get another efficient candle short, Toby, for you, mate, and anyone that's short, Con is short. Guys, if the FESX gets to its R1 and fails, just lock in a ton of profit, guys. Lock in a ton of profit. This is a massive trade, And young Christian, over to you, mate. I don't want to talk for too long, but we've had a shitty start and then a magic finish. Shitty start, magic finish, mate. Magic finish. So,
absolutely wonderful, guys. As usual, I'm very happy to hear that. And from my side, I just want to say thank you, everyone, for joining, as usual. Thank you very much, Lachlan, for hosting. Absolutely amazing. And we will see each other and the audience next Thursday, right?
Mate, 100%. Mate, I'll be here with bells on. My voice will, I trust, be much better by then. And we have implemented a new rule, mate, for the TTP session about fib retracement. So we'll enforce that rule from tomorrow. And the reason we do that, if we see a weakness in the algorithm, we don't say, all right, let's go and test 100 trades. We're like, no, we're done. Like, boom, we just cut them off. And again, guys, anyone that's gone short on any of the shorts has gone really, really, really well. And we've still got traders short. And so again, for those that are short, guys, you want this candle to close as an efficient candle. The sellers are selling down towards the close of each of the candles. A trade down to the open would be immaculate. If they're going to go further, they're going to go down here. And please be advised, if they go down much further, so your key level here is 250. Look at this selling into the end of the candle. So anyone short, guys, 25030 is a 60-minute short. If they trigger that, they're going to close the gap. So this is going to end up being a ridiculous trade. So Christian, thank you for TTP. Thank you, Christian. Thank you, traders. Guys, I think we've done well today, and it is contract rollover day. We've done well, and we'll come back next Thursday and do the whole thing again.
Amazing, guys and girls. Thank you very much for joining, everyone. Thank you, Lachlan, as usual, for hosting. Extremely happy to hear your results, and we will wish you a wonderful rest of the day. Stay safe, stay healthy. Lachlan, stay healthy, right? And we see each other next Thursday. Bye-bye, guys.
Absolutely. Right. Thank you, guys.